And I'm live all by myself. Got 2 likes. That's dope. Maybe people like watching me drink coffee. Here it's kind of fucked up. One person's here. Is it on purpose or accident? We'll find out in a minute. If you're here on purpose, say something. Or, you know what I mean. Sometimes people accidentally drop in. They don't know what the hell's going on. They haven't left yet. I don't do magic tricks. Camera's a little messed up. A little better. 2 people are here. On purpose? Accident? Click on the wrong thing? I don't normally do these on Saturday, so I don't know if anybody's even going to show up. Well, I ran one off. That was quick. Didn't take long at all. I'm pretty good at that. Two people again, but nobody's saying nothing. Oh, already ran one off. They're like, piss on this guy. He ain't going to say shit. I think it's funny that one person keeps coming in and out to see if I left. What is up, Gary? Thank you for being here. I had a shitty long day on Monday. That began my week-long shit fest. Today went pretty good. Yesterday was all right, but Monday was bad. Normally my Mondays are good because it's actually my Friday from my one job. So I don't have to consider it a Monday, but this past week was definitely a Monday. Be warned, I did not monetize today, so I'm going to talk the way the reason I'm doing another live stream today is I took today off from my other job. I'm getting paid as though I'm there, so that makes it extra cool. But I wanted to do one on Saturday because some people complain that they can't do them during the week. So since I took today off, I got up at 4, edited and uploaded 4 videos. Took my granddaughter. We tried to go magnet fishing, but we couldn't because the lake was too far down. We went shopping. I went and fed the cows. So I got 2 hours to do this. But a lot of people say that they can't do it during the week, so I figured I'd try one on Saturday and see how that goes. I got one person that keeps dropping in and leaving, dropping in and leaving. Oh, 2 people left. I'm doing good. I'm kicking some serious ass. Yesterday, I had something pretty exciting happen. I already ran 3 people off. Damn. My other job that I work Tuesday through Friday, I go in I get there at 5. It says 3 people here. Mine says 2. Oh, it must just be messing with me. Or maybe one's incognito from me. But anyways, the other morning, Friday morning when I got to work, as soon as I work in a really sketchy town. Hey, Brandy, what's up? Okay. But as soon as I got to work, it was still dark because 5 o'clock is dark. I opened my car door, and as soon as I put my foot on the ground, a gunshot went off. So I paused, and I was looking to see if I saw any movement, and then I heard somebody shoot back at the person that shot at them. First shot sounded like a 38. The second one sounded like a 22. But so I hurried up and went inside. No fun getting in a gunfight in dark, especially when you don't have your gun on you. You got a hand with some skin on it, because finger guns don't work quite as well. The camera's kind of messing with me. I don't know if y'all see it, but it keeps changing colors on me. This color looks natural. Oh yeah, I know y'all don't. This next town over where I work, a gang came in from Louisiana, and they're trying to establish dominance. So I think that city is at number 8 for murders. Fun times. It's been going on for quite a while now. As long as it stays over there and doesn't come here, I'm happy. That's good. I've watched some of those videos, the camera stuff from the cameras in England. I see a lot of fights. I think that's cool that they can see everything and send help. Unlike here you can call if you're especially live in a sketchy neighborhood and they don't even want to respond. But every now and then I watch that show. I think it's on Netflix, where it shows them watching all the cameras and all the places for potential issues. I think the topic comes up quite a bit here naturally. I think our cops would be a lot better if they rotated them. Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen, like I said, those cameras. They're everywhere, and I think that's dope. Here, they would probably just watch them and go, "Oh, that looked like that hurt." Uh, but I think if they rotated the cops here, what's up, possessed boy? Uh, like out of the big city places, rotated them with small town cops because I think they become real jaded. That's like a war zone being in there. So we don't do that to soldiers. So I don't think they should do it to cops. Uh, oh, I am a law-abiding citizen. What little shit that I do is not nothing to get arrested for. I like being free. I don't want to go to prison. So, although everybody I know that's been to prison said they think I would do well in prison because of my mentality, I'd rather not find out. I just stay out. And they got some jacked up rules. I mean, I'm sure all prisons have jacked up rules or codes they live by. I'm not down with all that shit. I watch the prison shows on TV, but and I know a lot of guards. I almost became a guard twice. I almost became a cop in our town. I went and took the test. There were 113 people show up to take the test, and only like 33 of us passed the test. Man, Gary's got some sketchy ass internet, man. I can't talk because y'all know mine messes up sometimes. I think they do it here to try to make us buy the more expensive one. We've had the more expensive one. It wasn't that much better. When both of our kids were at home because of all the electronics going on, we had the best. It didn't really seem like the best. There he is. Um, okay. I don't really get jump scares on so I can't really answer that question. My all-time favorite horror movie, bar none, is the original Exorcist. Uh, the goriest one, I can't remember the name of it, but at one part, these people were in a cave and there were Dobermans eating babies. So I guess that was the goriest one I had seen, but I can't remember the name of it. But I mean, I'm always expecting that. So that may be part of the problem when I watch horror movies. I'm always expecting the jump scare. So I don't really get those. Uh, I know the scariest line in a movie, and the movie wasn't even that scary. The premise of it, I guess, is kind of scary. Um, it was called, this was it I think it was The Strangers. It had, Liv Tyler in it. They were at a vacation home, and these people started torturing them and shit, and they finally broke in, tied them all up, and she asked them. Oh, I prefer a jump scare too. I mean, gore doesn't bother me, but it just is so played out unless they could find an original way to do it or some different way to do it, then I'd probably be okay. But we've all seen everybody get their head smashed, head cut off, disemboweled, all that kind of shit. So that's all played out. I would need something different. But what about that movie? I think it's called The Strangers. Uh, but at the end, they have the family all tied up, and Liv Tyler asked them, "Yeah, exactly." So when Liv asked them, "Why are you doing this?" and the girl just shrugged and said, "Because you were home," and then stabbed her in the heart. That was like the scariest thing because that's realistic. It could, plausibly happen. So yeah, that was weird. But I can't really think of any movies that have actually just like, oh my god, where I couldn't sleep. Uh, now my brother, on the other hand, when we were kids, I read the book, The Amityville Horror, and I had told him the book's way better. I know that's so cliche to say, but the book is way better than the movie. So when I was telling him about it, that scared him. But we watched the movie My Bloody Valentine, and he got scared. And instead of saying, "Can I sleep in your room?" because I'm scared, he'd always say, "I'm going to camp out in your room tonight." So right when he was getting ready to go to sleep, I started doing impressions of The Exorcist and snorting. In the in the book, The Amityville Horror, there's a 6 foot pig named Jody that only the little girl sees. I think in the movie they reference it as the red floating red eyes. That's a 6 foot pig. So I'd make pig noises, and he was just mortified. I should write a horror movie. I think I'd be good at it. My my favorite illegal to own movies are the early Faces of Death, like maybe 1 through 3, and after that it got kinda lame. 1 is still my all-time favorite because 'cause I'm fascinated with the stupid shit that people do and the shit that people will do to each other is just mind-boggling, and I watch that so that you understand when someone if you're in that situation and you're thinking this person's a human being and they may not do this to me, there may be some sympathy. No, probably not. So yeah, I watch a lot of death documentaries and serial killer shit. I have a concept for a book about a serial killer that I want to do. Oh, I bet it did. Uh, like I've told y'all before, every house I've ever lived in has had at least one in it. I've seen some really kooky shit. It just, what's up, Water Walker? Appreciate you making it, man. Uh, it's all good, Gary. It's us, man. We're amongst friends. Uh, Here, I'll share something with you. Uh, when I was in the second grade, we were watching. This is just how fucked up my biological father was in the head. We were watching a horror movie, and when he realized I was scared, he locked me in our garage with the lights off. I finally was screaming so loud, my mom told him to let me in before somebody called the cops. That's the only reason he let me in. Yeah, he was a real work of art. Father of the year. The way he taught me to swim was throwing me out of the boat when my mom wasn't around. That was the most bizarre thing. He just said, "Well, your mom's not around. Time for you to learn how to swim," and threw me out of the boat. Good times. There, I told you 2 things. Besides, this Brandy said that was when y'all were little. It's not like it was last week. I love good practical jokes. There's actually some of the shit I see today that people I think cross a line. I don't see the humor in it. And I've got a fucked up sense of humor. Oh, I didn't monetize this, by the way, so I will be talking my normal way today. Yeah, I think a lot of dads did during that era. We had a vicious dog, and Brandy shut me in the kitchen. Oh shit, no doubt. Um, I've been attacked by dogs twice. Once I was in the doghouse, me and this girl were playing. The dog came in. It was her dog, her house. She crawled out, and I was trying to get out. And when I pushed him, oh man, he let me know he did not want to be pushed out of his house. And the second time was a German Shepherd. I didn't know she had just had puppies. Fortunately, she was on a chain, and I was walking with a friend, and it come flying towards us, and I took off running. And right as we almost got into the chain, it grabbed my calf, but the chain and my momentum got me away. So it was like a vicious bite, but it was a bite enough to piss me off. I had to punch my wife's dog one time to make him let go of one of our other dogs. We don't know why he just decided he didn't like her, but and it wasn't like, "Hey, bitch, I don't like you." He grabbed her by the throat so tight she couldn't even bark. So I had to make him let go. I did. Hey, speaking of that, when my father-in-law was on hospice about to pass, uh, we were at their house. They'd set up the medical bed in the living room or the den, and we could hear their dog that had passed many years ago whimpering in the hallway. That was pretty weird because the hospice nurse looked at us and went, "Y'all have a dog?" We're like, "No." She said, "Y'all hear that, right?" I said, "Yes." That was pretty wild. We got 6 people here. That's pretty good. Considered I didn't make a big deal out of it about this going, oh, back down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Nobody's here. It's just me. Dun, 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 dun. I'm wearing my "You're fucking awesome" shirt today. Keep that shit up. One of my favorite shirts. I gotta get a new one made. This one's getting worn out. What are y'all? Some of y'all's favorite horror movies? See if I've seen them and what I think about them. One of my favorite stupid ones is Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead. That's it. The one that was made in the 80s, where they're at the uh, they had all the 50-gallon drums in the bottom of the place. Super stupid, but I like it because of how stupid it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that, Gary. Now I did run off once, but the group I was with ran off. We had went to this old abandoned school, and there's all these stories about kids being murdered there and stuff. I don't know that for a fact, but we're all at the gym entrance, and all of a sudden there was a little boy standing in the window, and everybody ran. Well, when you see shit like that and everybody else runs, you kind of got to go too. So I ran off with them. That happened twice with 2 different groups of people. Same window and a little boy both times. Oh, wow. Got a special visit. Thanks, sweetie. My daughter loves me. She brought me a Slurpee. Uh, but yeah, I've gone to several places. They talk about them on paranormal shows, places here in Texas. Absolute bullshit. There's a bridge, I think it's called the Ozone. Supposedly, if you go and shut your car off on the bridge, little kids will, you can put powder on the back of your car and your car. We didn't put powder on the back of the car, but several times, several groups of people going, "No, I swear to God, it's true." So we go out there and do that, and the car never moved. So, and there was also one at a cemetery where at 12:01 or whatever it is, an extra headstone would raise up out of the ground. That never happened. Hey, what's up, Lost? Good to see you. My day's going outstanding. I've accomplished a lot today, and I just got a Slurpee from my daughter. Ah, and it's Coke, the right flavor. Um, we have a cemetery, a grave at our cemetery here that has a black fence around it. Supposedly, it was a woman who was a witch, and they made them put a black fence around her grave. Oh yeah, it's my favorite. Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, and if they don't have any of those, I'd rather not have one. I drank pina coladas for a while, but even that got kind of boring. But Coke has been my go-to forever. uh, Here's a weird one for you. Me and my band and a few of our friends used to go out to this cemetery. It's way outside of town. It's called Smith Cemetery. And we know, but if you pull up to the gates, there's one headstone that has a copper or a brass trim around it. So the lights would reflect off of that. Now, real pina coladas, I'm good with. But I meant Slurpee flavored pina coladas. They sell those here in Texas. Uh, no booze, just the taste. Those kind of got lame, but if it's got the rum in it, I'm good. But we would take people out there, especially when we're all in an altered mental state, I guess is the best way to word that. I mean, my monetization's not on. When we get all fucked up, we'd go out there with new people. So we'd park in the driveway where the gates are closed, and we'd tell them, see that headstone? There's no metal on that. It's just closed. And they'd be all freaked out. There was a pile of dirt outside the fence. And this girl asked one time, she goes, "What is that?" I said, "That's someone that couldn't pay their grave fee. So they evicted them. They dug them up, put them out here. They're not allowed to be in the cemetery." She's like, "Uh-uh." I said, "Sure it is." I went over there and started digging, and she just wigged out. It was just a pile of dirt. There wasn't nobody there, but she freaked out really bad. I told y'all stories you didn't even ask to hear. How about that? How's that for a bonus live stream? 22 minutes in, I've told you a bunch of shit. Well, not a bunch. Ran someone off from it. They're like, who wants to hear his silly ass grave story? But I like to do that. I like to go to those paranormal places to see shit. uh, Selling onto an ancient cemetery, hiking with my high school buddies. Hey, that'd be cool. I like finding shit like that. We have one. It got it got annexed in by Fort Hood. It was a small community over, and all the headstones are really old. Uh, See, I like to do that too. We've got some haunted hotels here that have actually been on paranormal shows. Walmart sent me to Cleburne to learn a new computer system, and not the hotel we were staying in, but the next one over, they were doing a week-long paranormal investigation there. I wanted to stay there, but they already booked the hotel. Um, well, everything I've gone to investigate on my own has been bogus. I get more action in my house. That's weird. I would think in England there would be a lot of shit like that. I mean, I've seen those like treasure hunters or metal detecting guys over there. I've seen them find stuff. I've just spent way too much time in graveyards to be scared of them. I haven't ever not doing weird shit, just hey, this will happen. No, it didn't happen. One of the small towns I lived in when we were in Germany, before we got on post housing, it was our off post housing, had a I'm gonna say a highway for a lack of a better word, one main road. There you go, one main road that went through our have you ever heard the whole tale of never take something? I was just I was just told not to do that, so I've never taken anything from a graveyard. I mean, I've never what are you gonna take, flowers? I would never disrespect a grave. I mean, I'm respectful. I'm not superstitious in that part, but I would never disrespect someone by digging up their grave to steal shit no matter what I knew was in there. So, because Gary, supposedly if you take something from the grave, the spirit attached to that will follow you. Brandy, I'm like that too. I don't step on them on purpose, but our veteran cemetery here where my dad's at, they have them so close together, you have no choice but to walk across it. It feels very disrespectful, but uh, and that's a good point, Water Walker. I have no problem with that at all. Maybe that's why we get shit like that. But I have no problems buying antiques from antique stores. Huh? I never even thought that never even crossed my mind. Now the cemetery, I knew. I was told that when I was little, but I never thought about that. That's how antiques. A lot of antique stores get a lot of their shit from estate sales. Maybe that's why our places are all been haunted. Oh, I started telling you about the town I lived in. One day our bus was coming home and traffic was stopped. The Polizei were everywhere and a bomb squad. And so they had to let us out of the bus way away from our bus stop and asked one of the people what was going on. They had found a missile or whatever it was, uh, something that didn't blow up in someone's garden. And this was in the 80s. And I don't know how it sat there for so long with nobody noticing it, but finally somebody noticed it and they called the Polizei. And the guy who lived there, he said, it was there when my parents lived here. As far as I know, it was there when my grandparents lived here. I never thought anything about it. He just left it in his garden, never touched it. They removed it. But that shit tripped me out. I was like, whoa. Oh, I'm going to be cremated. Um, I've heard it said that you can't come back. That's not has nothing to do with being why I'm doing that. That's just my choice. Just want to be burned up. Kind of weird because I don't like the heat. But yeah, I'm gonna be cremated. I'm trying to talk my wife into putting my ashes into like 3 or 4 etch a sketches. That way my great grandkids can play with me too. I thought that would be kind of cool. Or maybe little miniature etch a sketches, and when they could hand them out at my funeral. You know, a little keepsake. That would be pretty cool. I just always thought that'd be cool. I used to use that in my stand up. Got a lot of laughs. Like the Viking funeral. I have several friends that say that that's what they're getting. There's a cemetery in London where in the 1800s they had to bury bodies on top. Yeah. Oh shit, that's dope, man. Yeah, my wife wouldn't do any cool shit like that for me. That'd be great. Just have me sitting in the living room in my spot, like the remote in my hand. That would be awesome. Freak people out. Great conversation starter when you have guests come over. I thought Bob was dead. Oh, he's not. Or he is. Uh, we have a cemetery about 20 miles that way in a small town. In the 50s, the town flooded so bad that it washed up the cemetery. Yeah, Silent Bob. And that would be odd for everybody because I'm rarely silent. Uh, but it washed away the cemetery, so they had to go find all the headstones. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, ain't you supposed to be at work, young man? Um, heard about some of the company. But they went and found these the headstones from the cemetery that washed away, and they set them up by. It used to be a Walmart. Now I think it's Tractor Supply in that town. So it's just off this main road, right at the entrance to what used to be a Walmart. Got off early, no volume. Oh, I hope that works out tomorrow and the next day, since I have to work. Man, if I ever get to England, y'all have to show me where these places are at. That'd be dope. That's good to know, Chris. Hopefully tomorrow and Monday will be light days. I think I've heard shit about people bringing their ashes out. Oh, and speaking of ashes, I just watched a video. Some girl respecting her father's wish is going to throw his ashes into the lake where he'd like to go fishing. She threw them into the wind. I mean, she got her dad's ashes up her nose and her mouth all over her. I was like, what a dumb bitch. Throw with the wind, not into the wind. Oh, don't spit into the wind kind of thing. What a dumbass. My granddaughter said she's going to take some of my ashes and have it made into a diamond, because you can get that done now. You can get your loved one's remains done into a diamond, and she's going to get some jewelry made. I thought that was cool. I have a place I have to dump my mom's ashes when she goes. This favorite place for hers to go. It's a rushing river. No, Ouija boards do not work, and I've watched them prove that it don't work by this group who supposed to be super duper. Exactly, Brandy. Exactly. I've done many Ouija boards. Matter of fact, we have one here. It's just something fun to do. But I've watched experiments where they took this group who have their own special Ouija board made because they're so good at it, and they blindfolded them to prove that it didn't work. And what they did was actually flipped the Ouija board upside down, and they all moved it to where they thought it was going. Oh, dude, I saw that one. Now that Water Walker, my whole family, I showed it my wife, granddaughter. I may have showed it my daughter too. We saw that video, dude. That one, if that was fake, they did a really good job. But I think it was real. Uh, but yeah, I saw that same one, Water Walker. That one was outstanding. I watched it several times to see if I could spot any fake. And who wouldn't lose it if something like that happened for real? I hate drinking through straws, especially on camera. I don't eat bananas on camera either. Uh, but yeah, there's some cool shit you can do with ashes these days. We watch a lot of weird videos around here. But yeah, we watched that several times, and that was just amazing. I think I saw that one too, Gary. Um, some of those ones with the angels and shit that you see, for me, it's kind of a stretch to see. I mean, you can see it if you want to see it. So I don't know for sure. I'm not saying that it wasn't real, or I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that one. I don't feel as I feel the one in the water is very definitive. Hey, that would actually be kind of cool. And then, like, every hour, you could just look over and go, Dad, your time's running out. Flip it over. All right, we'll give you another hour. Well, I'm sure he would put up a fight if you tried to do it now. I don't think he would agree with that. Um, I'm not sure, Loss. I'm not sure if I've seen that or not. It seems like my granddaughter showed me something, but I can't remember. A lot of times if I watch something the first time and it just doesn't really seem real or interesting, I kind of blow it off and don't watch it again. But yeah, the hourglass thing's super dope. I'm big enough I could probably make 2 or 3 hourglasses. uh, hey, I don't know if y'all have noticed. I don't know how many of you watch my shorts. I know Brandy watches them. Um, if you watch my ones that I shoot in my hallway, where you can tell I'm in a hallway, almost every time at least one orb will go in front of me in those videos, and it's only there in the hallway. But it literally happens almost every single time. And I don't see it while I'm shooting it. I see it when I play it back. I think the last one I did, it came down like this in front of me. I always wait to see if anybody notices that shit. Because when I say it, then I feel like they feel like I'm setting them up or going, ooh. uh, they're white, Brandy. When you look, um, that like I said in this last one, I think it came down like this right in front of me. Every now and then you can see my eyes track it if I do see it, but normally I don't see it until after I watch the video back when I do the editing because I cut out where I'm turning the camera on, and when I turn it off, I edit that part out. So when I watch it that way, that's when I normally see it. But I think there's one where you can actually where I did notice it, and you can see my eyes track it across the screen. I don't know. I don't know how well you can see my eyes. Oh yeah, Gary, that one. And it's weird how many people think that one was fake and it was something. Dude, it literally you saw how it flew. I mean, I saw that shit and it freaked me out. That's the biggest one I've ever seen. But that one freaked me out for a second. I think the only other time in our house that I really freaked out, we had 3 dogs. My studio was my well, at first it was my son's room and then him and my daughter switched and became my daughter's room. But all 3 of our dogs would always come to the door barking when I would come in. There was nobody home. I came in, they were not barking. They would not come to me. And I called for them. And right as I got to turn into the hallway to come down the hallway, this door slammed shut and they all started barking. They were all trapped in the room. It was insane. And that was in broad daylight. You can always tell when our dogs and cats see something because they're like, exactly. Waterwalker, it is. You'll have to scroll back through my videos, or I guess you could just search my channel. Look for the channel called Making America Great Again. Wait, I think that's what it's called. Here, I'll tell you exactly where it's at so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Because I made it so I could tell people exactly. Okay, the video is Make America Great, and it's at 1 minute and 13 seconds. Ryan, I honestly, did you get up, Water Walker? Okay. Um, Ryan, I honestly think that They are. I honestly think they're souls. Now, just like anything else, there's good people and bad people. So I feel that. I do not believe in the devil. I do not believe in God or heaven or hell. So um, I, I believe that there's souls of us because I feel we're energy. So once the body dies, you're free from the body. But just like in real life, there's some people are dicks, some people are not. So that's how I look at that. I don't believe in this. Oh, the devil made me do it. That's just an excuse to that blame shifting is what that is. Appreciate you showing up. I say I like when y'all show up. We get to have good conversations. But there's something else. The afterlife. I love Prince. Now, the way I feel about the afterlife, I believe in it. And if it happens, great. But I'm not going to spend my whole life preparing for it. It's kind of like when you're going to someone's house for the first time. It could be cool. It could suck. So, but I'm not gonna spend my whole life preparing for the afterlife. Especially if you spend all that time preparing for it and it doesn't happen. Or your afterlife, you just instantly come back as a dog or something. Not that I have a problem being a dog, especially if it lived in our house. Our dog's got it good. So I hope I answered that well enough, Ryan. I don't think it's anything darker. I just think some are good and some are bad. I had someone drop in earlier. Was it this week or last week? And had asked me about genders. They were happy with my answer and they left. Yeah. See, good people take care of their pets. I hate when I see people that do not. Oh, dude, Brandy, that is dope, man. That is outstanding. That is a really good idea. See, a problem I have with people, when they say people died on the operating table and they came back to life, that's been proven not to be true. So it's most likely a dream because a lot of hospitals have a message written on top of a cabinet. So if you had an out of body experience, you would see that message. It's not like a little note, it's really big. And nobody's ever mentioned the note. So when they say they rose up out of their body and they were looking down at themselves, I believe it was a dream. A lot of people don't know this. Like when you go into a state of shock, there's a part of your body that's stimulated, telling you're dying. So a lot of things are like a dreamlike state. Alcohol stimulates that same part of your brain, as does LSD. LSD is much stronger though. So what it does when you take LSD or acid and you're tripping, that part of your brain has been stimulated. So all the rest of your brain's going, we're fine. But that part's going, no, we're fucking dying, man. So you see all this weird shit. But as we know, it's not real. There's your science lesson. Man, I'm just clanking them out of the park today with my bullshit. Too bad I can't do a Saturday one every week. Y'all are probably going, no, probably great that you're not. That is exactly right, Gary. I used to like to explain that to people when we were tripping on acid they were doing their first time, since I'm well experienced in that. I would explain to them, you're actually committing suicide right now. The main ingredient in blotter acid is strychnine poison. You've poisoned yourself. So this part of your brain is activated. If you think about it hard enough, you can make your heart stop. Hey, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me stuff like that. I'm a lot of fun to trip with. Or used to be. Haven't done that shit in a long time. I'm trying to hold the cup so y'all can't see how silly I look drinking through this damn straw. All right, don't everybody type at once. There we go. I only had one, Gary. There were some other chemicals involved, but it was one. Started out really great, and I don't know what shifted gears, but I only had one. And I did it for years and years and years and only had one. Even my first one was awesome. I will tell you my best friend, the one that has died, um, the first time I gave him acid, he didn't think it was acid. He didn't trust me, even though we were best friends. I made him eat dog food once. And then I had one of my friends that was a DJ at the local radio station play Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne for him. We were really drunk. He was really pissed about that thing. But the first time I gave him acid, he didn't trip because he didn't think it was acid. Even though he saw all of us doing the same thing, it was some really good black cat acid. He didn't believe it. But then again, the first time I got him high, he didn't think he was high. Well, that would be a bad trip, huh? Uh, the first time I got him high, we got high and we went and saw the movie Spies Like Us at the theaters. And he told me later, he goes, I wasn't high. I said, yeah, you were. He said, no, I wasn't. I said, you remember how hard you laughed at that movie last night? He said, it was funny. So we went back and saw it the next night. He's like, this movie's not funny. I said, it was last night, wasn't it? You were high, dude. I had to tell his mom later in life because we're friends. All the bad habits he had, I gave him. Well, except the gay part. That was his. I didn't teach him that, but I taught him all of his drugs and drinking habits and smoking. Not that gay is a bad habit, just I didn't teach him that, is what I was saying. He did that on his own. But he started smoking when I started. I got permission to smoke when I was 12, so he was 10. So he started smoking at 10. Smoked until he got his kidney transplant because the doctor told him if he didn't quit smoking, he wouldn't approve the transplant. Go ahead, Gary. I totally understand. I had coffee right as we were starting this. Too scared to go. uh, since Gary had asked me if I'd ever had any bad trips, um, I was a bouncer at this nightclub, and on one of my nights off, we went over to this other club, and this was the 80s. They just cut a bunch of plexiglass sheets that had the plexiglass when the light shined through it made these different colors. I can't remember what it's called, but the owner gave me a little piece like this because I told him, man, that shit's cool. So I poked 2 holes in it, put a string through it, and had them on like sunglasses. Oh yeah, I can't live without caffeine. I have to have caffeine. Says I can't have the other stuff that you're not allowed to have. We can't have that. So, um, but if we had smelling caffeine, if that was legal, that would probably be okay. But since it's not, I have drinking caffeine, the brown caffeine. But I made me a pair of sunglasses. When I went back to the club where I worked, the owner came over and yelled at me. He goes, "Take that shit off your head. Everybody's going to think you're tripping." I was like, "Think." Everybody, but apparently you knows because almost everybody in here buys from me. Oh yeah, caffeine, definitely. Yep, I don't smoke, very rarely drink. I only drink, and this is for social purposes. Like if I'm at someone's house, I go, "Hey, you want a beer?" I'll drink a beer with them, maybe 2. Or, "Hey, you want a drink?" I have a drink with them. Uh, I never ever pass 6, but I don't smoke, don't do drugs. So caffeine is my thing. Yeah, it was fun in the 80s, but if I knew about riding bulls when I was younger, that shit's a rush that you can't buy. I'm sure y'all have seen the pictures of me riding bulls. I sucked at it, but man, it was a rush. They're just practice bulls, not professional. I mean, they're broken down rodeo bulls. They just use them for practice. It's still a rush. See, I only drink 2, sometimes 3 cups of coffee. Yeah, you like to think most would grow out of it. Yeah, I don't drink a whole lot of beer anymore either. I was never a big beer drinker. It's always been later, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. It was always liquor was always my favorite. I've drank beer my entire life. Started drinking. Oh, I'm not monetized. Liquor at 8. Uh, but I finally grew out of it. I mean, I still like the taste of it. I drink it for medicinal purposes. If I feel like I'm going to get sick, I'll do a shot in the morning, a shot in the afternoon, a shot in the evening. But that's it. I don't sit around the house drinking. Yep. I think I drank my first glass of wine around 8 or 9. I like this is gonna sound weird. It may sound weird, maybe not. I like Heineken when I'm in other countries. It tastes different. I don't care what they say about it here in America that it's imported. I had a beer delivery guy at one of the stores I worked out said, yes, it's imported from that city to this one. But Heineken here does not taste good to me. Uh, most of the German beers that I've drank here that are supposedly imported didn't taste that good either. I've had some that were okay, but like in Germany, I drink True. Yeah, okay, so it's not just me. One of my favorite Germany's when I lived in Germany's one of my favorite beers when we lived in Germany. I liked Rauch beer, smoke beer. Uh, Here it almost tastes like Worcestershire sauce. I don't like that at all. I lived in Germany from 1980 to 1983, and then I almost moved back before I met my wife. My uncle, who retired in Germany, became a German citizen. This was right when the wall came down, and he said, "I'm not telling you not to come back, but it's not the country you left." Oh yeah, they're definitely strong, but they taste so damn good. And JJ, welcome. Most beer does taste terrible until after like the third or fourth one, and then yeah. I love German beer. Oh wow. I do want to go back to Germany to visit. I want to visit England, Japan, and uh and Australia. Those are all on my bucket list. Corona, I just cannot. I get that with wine, first class, has me pulling your face, then it's okay. I've never made it past the first class. Well, dinner wines, I've never made it past the first class, and sometimes I don't make it through half the glass. Depends on the wine. But now, as a teenager, Boone's Farm, I could guzzle that shit like Kool Aid. And Mad Dog, yeah. Oh, absolutely, Brandy. I assure you that you and Gary will know. Yeah, I really want to see, Japan, England, and Australia. I've been in Germany, but I want to go back. I want to take my family. I want them to see. Uh, I would like to take my family to see these other countries, especially to experience them for the first time with me. I think that would be dope. I got some friends in Australia. I know that they got a lot of deadly animals there, but I still want to go to Australia and visit. And the cool thing is, when it's winter here, it's summer there. So that would be perfect. I always said if I ever became a millionaire and I could buy a home in Australia, I would never have to live in winter. We'd live here. Then when it got cold here, we'd go there and be hot. Yeah, yeah. Or he's still trying to talk himself into going down the stairs. Do I really want that cup of coffee? That would be hilarious if he was standing at the top of the stairs trying to talk himself into going down the stairs. The only sad thing is he would probably never tell us. I just couldn't do it. Or he fell asleep because he couldn't do it. Man, it's going fast. I'm having a good time with y'all. Not that I don't normally. What else we're going to talk about? We've talked about ghosts, drugs, beer, whiskey, wine, champagne, being in other countries, caffeine. I know some people say caffeine is drugs, so. Anything else y'all want to know? Why, why, Gary? Because you can't move the stone? Or you think Brandy's going to go first? Well, that just wouldn't be very nice, would it? I put Brandy and Gary together because Gary got a T-shirt from me first, and when Brandy got one, and I saw the name, I was like, "Oh!" I put two and two together, and I should have been a detective. Got an ingrown hair on my face; you can just barely see it right there. That's how I know when I need to change razors. Look at that, another trivia about me. Well, I guess my microphone does pick that up. I just realized there's a meter at the bottom of the screen telling me my microphone's working. Yeah, he didn't even tell me. That's kinda weird, Brandy. Oh, I think I mentioned at the top of the hour that I went to take my granddaughter magnet fishing today. If you don't know what that is, that's where you have a magnet on a string, and you throw it in the water and find shit that people lose. Uh, he was protecting from the trolls. Uh, the place we go, the water is so far down that the floating docks were literally sitting on land. We couldn't even get to the water. So we didn't get to do that today, but it's kind of scary to see the water levels that low. We had a major drought here in Texas this year, like a crazy, crazy drought. Anything else y'all want to know that you didn't ask? I mean, just make up shit. I my family in Florida just went through that. Everybody made it through okay, but it was It was bad. Brandy, how bad would you freak out if you actually did some shit like that? uh, I already told you about that. Seemed like I'm the only person that hadn't been watching it. Those guys that go find the missing people in the water. That shit's dope. Hey Ryan. Uh, I do live stream every Thursday. This is the first one on Saturday in a long time, but I do live stream every Thursday from 2 to 4. 2 to 4 Central Time because that's my time here in Texas. What's up, Terry? Uh, but yeah, it's been a long time I got to do one on a Saturday. And you got here in plenty of time. We got 59 minutes left. We've been having a good time, good conversation so far. I'm waiting for more questions. Why Saturday? Because I took today off and I did everything I needed to do. I allotted 2 hours to do a live stream today because a lot of people say that they can't make it to my live stream on Thursdays. So since I had today, I took today off from work. So I'm getting paid as though I was at work, but I'm not at work. So I did it on a Saturday so people who don't normally get to make it. You were studying. That's good. You should be studying. Makes you more smarter or supposed to. That's always the hope. Every time I study something, I hope I get smarter. Oh yeah, I know, right? I'm pretty excited about that. Have I ever had great bit? Okay, statistically, the scratch cards are better than playing the actual lottery. You have a better chance of hitting. I usually win my money back. Sixx, you want to become a moderator? Ryan's been a moderator since the last time. Uh, I really don't feel like I need a whole bunch, but that one time he really helped me out a lot. But Gary's question. Um, I usually win my money back. I've never hit it big. My wife has won big on the scratchers a long time ago. Uh, Not like we can retire big, but she won way more than I ever have with all mine combined. So I do better with the scratchers. Um, Statistically, they actually, if you have a cool clerk when you go to buy them, I have a cool clerk that I use, and I ask her, and she knows it's like every eighth or 13th one will usually be a winner. So she'll tell me this we've sold 8 of these or this one's due, something like that. But yeah. Oh, I can totally believe that, Brandy, 100%. Hey, I held it for an hour last time. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it for an hour this time. I will be right back. We waited for Gary while he went down the stairs. I'll be right back. I can't even put a picture of me up for y'all to look at and pretend like I'm here. Ah, did y'all miss me? I have not heard anything about the new bassist yet. Yeah, but Terry, that's the majority of his audience is around that age. 12 to 17 is the majority of Peeps audience or listeners. Oh shit. I missed a whole bunch of y'all stuff. Yes, I had to take a pee break. Last time I held it for an hour talking to y'all. uh uh no announcement yet. Hooked up the shredder. Haven't heard anything about the bassist. That's something I've noticed about Miyako. Actually, all of them, because I follow them on Instagram too. They are like super chill. You almost never see them like get super excited or freak out about anything. They're just like the coolest people. Uh, keep saying to people, Peeps making random stuff to the youth. It's not just him. The industry is pushing shit to the youth. Hey, what's up, Mickey? Thanks for showing up, buddy. Uh, but yeah, Terry, that the industry's pushing shit to kids. They're trying to get them hooked young because they're pushing a lot of garbage. And I know a lot of kids to go, no, this shit's cool. No, a lot of it's not. And a lot of kids say, well, we can relate to it. That's right, Ryan. That's the issue I have. Is they're saying all this shit to keep kids down. You know, I always point out about the Japanese music. It's positive. You can do this, uplifting and stuff. I really like that. There's some American groups that do that shit too, but they don't get the push that exactly, Brandy. That was a great album. uh and it's weird when that album came out, I bought it. I did not like it, and it was probably I'd say about 10 years later that I actually appreciated the album and actually embraced it. Megadeth is just I wasn't a huge fan. They've got a handful of songs that I really love. They're great songs. And then there's a bunch that I'd probably be just fine without. That is exactly right, Terry. That's why they're pushing. Is somebody knock on the door? No, guess not. That's what they're pushing, and that's what makes it so dangerous for kids. Miyako, read out my comment on her live stream. Got a yep from her. Wow. That would make my day too. It made my day. She's liked 3 of my comments to her. That made my day. But shit, if she read my comment out, that's cool, dude. Oh yeah, for sure. And it's not just them. There's several bands like that. Like I used to tell people that I loved Eminem until I actually sat down and went through his entire catalog. I don't. I like a handful of his songs, but I maybe not even a handful. When he was young and hungry and fucked up, he was really good. um, Terry, I'll let Brandy field that one for you because I've never actually eaten it. Yeah, it does apply to a lot of artists. That's exactly right. Now, one weird thing for me is there's artists that I hated growing up, and then when I got older, and when I like, because when I listen to radio, I listen to old. When I say oldies, like 80s, 70s, and 80s, I'll hear these songs. I'm like, holy shit, I really like them. And then I realized how much I actually like them, how important they were in timestamps in my life. Uh, John Mellencamp's a big one. I could not stand that guy when I was young, but man, he's got some great songs and so many of them that literally timestamp my life. Because when I hear him, I go, "I know exactly where I was when I heard that song." Yeah, oh, shit, I'm sorry I missed Ryan, oh, sh there we go. There we go. Um, dude, Ryan, I saw 3 Days Grace in concert before Adam left. They were amazing. I love that first album. Isolate Mickey, you're absolutely right. Uh, uh, the generation, they're not learning how to deal with shit. I said in one of the live streams a while back, bullying when we were kids, it still sucked, but it wasn't to the degree that they're doing it now. But we learned how to deal with life because life is actually like a bully. But these kids are not, they're not learning how to cope and how to deal with shit. Oh, I'm not saying we should be letting people get hurt. You know, you hear about people like hazing where they're sticking shit up people's asses. I don't agree with that kind of stuff. That's not cool at all. That's a criminal, you know, that's an assault. There should be criminal charges. But kids aren't being forced to deal with it. That's the problem, Terry. It's not being prepared because there's a lot of shit you can't prepare for in life. I try to be prepared for everything. Yeah, Water Walker. Exactly, Brandy. You can say whatever you want to me, but once you touch me, I'm going to fucking hurt you, and I'm going to hurt you to where you don't want to try it again. Whatever that takes, I'm going to hurt you. Um, I agree with you. At Gary, I put that into my kids. I've taught that to everyone I know. If you're not playing to win, you shouldn't even be doing it. When my son was in band and we would go to the football games, you could tell the kids on the sideline who were there because their parents made them. When I played football, if you were not standing there with your helmet on, ready to go as soon as that coach told you to go, you got in trouble. I see kids without their helmets on, they're over there playing grab ass, fucking around, not paying attention to the game. They don't want to be there, yet they get a participation trophy because they're there. That's bullshit. And I taught both my kids, second place is just the first loser. You play to win. Does that mean you're always going to win? No, but when you lose, that should make you try harder. Oh, Brandon, when I first saw that, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, my brother did that. Your brother did that. I'm an outstanding chess player. I love playing chess. I taught my daughter at a very young age. My son learned from watching us play, and he was good. Um, but you always play to win. I don't get that. And if you don't win, you just fucking lost. You go try again and you get better. But this whole I don't believe in participation trophies. If you didn't earn it, you don't deserve it. You should not have it. And if you get pissed and you want to quit, bye. Do what you got to do to win. My brother used to flip over the Monopoly board, checkers, whatever we were playing. And if we were playing cards, he'd just fucking throw the deck. He was a sore loser. Strong dude, plays to win now, but that is exactly right. That it, yeah, 100%. And if losing doesn't drive you to do better, you shouldn't be competing. Oh, dude, I think um, Mickey, I think that's outstanding. Chess is one of the best things for kids to learn. It teaches them to plan ahead. Strategy is outstanding. Yeah, I was glad. I learned in the 3rd grade, so my brother was in the 1st grade because we're 3 years, 1 day apart. Or so he was in kindergarten, I'm sorry. He wasn't really good, so that was part of the fun of it. And when I was in the 3rd grade, I started my opening move, which throws a lot of players off when they see it. I've only met one other person that starts with the same opening move that I do. Um, it does teach patience, and that's something that's very valuable. And these kids, there's some things I like instant gratification for. That just shows stupidity, Terry. And that's I'm not being a dick. That's a fact. People that laugh at shit like that. That's like, oh, absolutely. That is absolutely. Um, but I just had a guy. I posted a TikTok video. What y'all have seen him because um, yes. I had to think for me. Yes. Um, yes, I have a TikTok. It's here. It's oh shit, it didn't type. I tell everybody. I've been saying that. There you go, Terry. That's my TikTok. Um, my 6 minutes channel is growing pretty quickly. I'm digging the shit out of that. I post the same jokes on there, the same shorts, but that's all I'm doing on 6 minutes right now is posting my shorts. Um, but it's the same ones that I post on my 6 days page. Oh, Terry, I get hooked up on that too. Not I don't spend that much time on it, but I do get hooked up watching certain videos. I've been talking with a songwriter lately. He's actually an established songwriter. We've been communicating back and forth. Uh, but today, some kid. Thank you, Water Walker. I really appreciate that, dude. Those are the same ones I'm posting on my 6 minutes channel, and it's causing my 6 minutes channel to grow. A lot of people bitch when I post them. Not a lot of people, but some people bitch when I post them on my 6 days channel. But I have to be posting something, or YouTube gets mad. So I have to post something. Uh, Brandy, it could be. It's not, but it could be. Depends on who you're playing with. Hey, thanks, Terry. I appreciate that. But somebody today commented on one of the jokes on my TikTok that it was boomer humor, but it was still funny. What was the point in saying that, you little dick? He could have just said it was funny. There once was a lady from Nantucket. Yeah, buddy. Uh, but yeah, so I like that channel is growing, and I just do whatever I want. I started. Oh, I can't remember who told me to do it. I actually started my Rumble channel. I posted my first video on it. Uh, I'm just trying to see how that goes because supposedly when YouTube finishes going in the shitter, that channel will be the thing. Uh, I don't play a whole lot of poker. I have played poker and I'm pretty good at it. I used to play a lot of strip poker when I was young, but I'm too I'm too stingy. I don't like the risk of losing money. Like I only play the lottery when it's well over 100 million because I mean, and I don't spend a lot on it. I figure I meant to win, a couple of bucks will do it. But I'm not one of those guys that runs out and goes, "Oh my god, let me spend $1,000 to lose." It's okay, Terry. Um, I mean, I get that, but that's how I learned all the shit that I learned. I've always hung out with older people. That's how I learned how to deal and cope and understand things. I've always hung out with people way older than me. Um, and then when I was in the 7th grade, they had some high school kids come talk to us, and they were trying to do a whole anti-drug thing. And they said, when you go to a party, oh shit, thanks, Ryan. YouTube's going to take most of that, but I appreciate that, dude. That is very kind of you. Damn, thank you. I, I freaked out when I saw the blue pop up. I really appreciate it, dude. Um, but they told us, hey, dude, that is outstanding. Later, Water Walker. Have a good one, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. That's outstanding. If I had to do the same thing, I'd be leaving right now too. um, yeah, Gary, that's a good way to get busted. What the hell was I talking about? I was saying something. I was a lady, sex games, young man. Oh, I was telling Terry. They said that you should learn a little about everything. That way you can fit into any conversation. So I started then. I learned a little bit, literally, about everything that I can. I watched documentaries. My wife came in one day. She knows I like documentaries, but she saw me watching a documentary on the world's greatest sushi chef. And she asked, why? Are you planning on becoming a sushi chef? I said, no. It's just fascinating. So I learned a little bit about everything. Mickey, when I lived in Maryland, I worked at a 7-Eleven, and there was this old stinky ass lady who would come in every time the lottery was playing, and she'd spend, I can't remember, it was 100, $200. She drove a Porsche 944, but she had a greasy head, raggy ass clothes, and she fucking stunk. And I asked one of the other guys, how the hell can she do that? He said she hit big one time. She paid off her house, bought that car, and now she was blowing her entire fortune trying to win again. That's a stingy piece of shit. Oh, she's doing fine. She's with her mom right now. Uh, my daughter came to visit, so they're hanging out. But yeah, me and her spent most of the day together. We got up, had breakfast together, tried to go magnet fishing. Um, she every now and then she says she would like to do a video with me again, but she's been coming off kind of odd on camera, so it looks like I'm forcing her, and I don't want anyone to think I'm forcing her to do a video. So when she gets back, oh, Terry, I will field that question for you in just a minute. I have to be kind of delicate on that, but I will field that question for you in just a second. But Ryan asked about my granddaughter, so I have to talk about her. But when she gets back to where she can be on camera without looking nervous or like we're going to do videos again. She wants to do them, but the last 2 times that we've shot, I deleted the videos because it came off really awkward. So it looked like I was forcing her to be on camera. I see those videos where you can tell the parents are forcing their kids to be on camera, and I can't stand that. But so that's why I don't do that. Um, oh, dude. All right, Terry. Um, um, I was very, very, very young. But yeah, at 17, you got plenty of time. Remember the other day when you were on the live stream and you kind of went haywire and you're like arguing with yourself and stuff? You got to learn how to control that. Um, Relationships are give and take. It can't just be all your way, and you can't be always overly suspicious. Like, what does that mean? Or why did she say that? Or you can't be doing all that shit. You just got to learn how to be chill and be interested in her. Actually, take a girl. Don't be creeping on them. I had a guy ask me one time. he was like being overbearing on this girl. He liked her, but she wasn't really digging him, but he's trying to make her like him. And I tell him, dude, you got to back off of that shit. You can't be doing that. If she has zero interest and you can't build a friendship and then get into a relationship, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So he finally backed off. Well, I keep scooting up closer to the camera. But dude, yeah, if no chicks get with you, you just oh shit, that's a great question, dude. Right? I did not know. Uh, I'm sure everybody thinks this is a joke. I told everybody my wife went out with me the first time on a dare. Now we met and we were cool, but her best friend dared her to go out with me. So it was just a dare, and we went out, had a great time. Yeah, it is kind of weird to have two people named Ryan. I guess I can call one of you Rages, or call you Rages and call him. However, um, I'm not doing the Ryan 1 and Ryan 2 thing. That's weird. But we just clicked. Um, it just worked out. And in the beginning, we were total opposites. She's real quiet and shy, and well, I mean, I'm shy, but I'm over the top to hide that because I got in trouble for it when I was a little kid. I get spanked for being shy. Stop being a little pussy. So I'm over the top to get over that. But the right girl, well, Gary, for me, and that's what I was getting to, and I was going to kind of double back to Terry. My wife, yeah. Oh shit! If Ryan Reynolds dropped into this, because he seemed like a cool dude in the interviews I've seen with him, that'd be all right. Uh, my wife is one of the first people who never asked me to change anything. She accepted me for the fucked up individual that I was, but over time, I've tried to change to be the man she deserves. I'm nowhere close to that because I am not perfect, not even fucking close. But she deserves someone better, so I try to be a better guy. 100%. She's fantastic. She's put up a lot of fucking shit for me. But it worked out. We got two beautiful kids, beautiful granddaughter. Uh, but I in the beginning we didn't know. Like I said, it was literally just a dare, and we just had a good time. Had a lot of good times in the beginning. It just clicked. Terry, I just asked her again yesterday because people do ask me all the time about her doing this. She doesn't do this. Uh, she I tried to talk her into it. She won't do it. Did she do all the diapers? No, I am not that dad. I changed plenty of diapers. Got pissed on a few times. I changed diapers. Um, um, do I watch any sports? No, I do not. I used to watch baseball, football, golf, UFC. Uh, I'm not a NASCAR guy. Basketball, I like to play basketball, but I cannot stand to watch basketball. I fucking hate it. Uh, I changed. Hey, that's pretty funny. Yes, I love golf. I love playing golf. I haven't played in shit 20 years, but I love playing golf. I love uh, uh I like to watch some boxing. Not now, but when I was into sports, I quit watching all sports. Um Boxing, the problem with boxing today, what's going on now, because one of the guys at work asked me if I watched this recent match, and I said no, and he was like, I think now they're fighting to get the money. So let's put on a good show, beat each other up a little bit. Uh, I just think it's changed. I think it's all a money making thing now. Uh, I don't think boxing is what it used to be, at least not from my eyes, what I've seen from when I was a kid, like watching Muhammad Ali. I would probably watch somebody fight a bear, but a real bear, not some little black bear that's been in the zoo. I want a real wild grizzly or Kodiak. If you're gonna be a tough guy, fight a bear, you need to fight a real bear. But I think boxing has just gotten to the point where it's just for the money. I think the UFC is still legit. I think I haven't watched it in a while, but I think it's still legit. Uh, but there's a lot of money in that, and money is what changes a lot of shit. Oh, see, I haven't watched it so long, so it's gone downhill too. Need to see Uncle Bob in the ring. um, I did a lot of martial arts competition. I did a lot of bouncing. Used to be really into boxing, but there was this super mean and stupid coach, whatever. What what broke me out of boxing is I tried it once, and that first time I got punched in the snot box, wasn't about that shit. I've been hit in the nose many times. I actually broke my own nose. Not fighting. It was something way stupid. It wasn't even cool. It was something stupid the way I broke my nose. But uh martial arts competitions I'm really good at or used to be really good at. Yes, Terry. That's how people are motivated. See, that's why our army has gone downhill. When I went through, it was starting to go downhill, but now it's gone downhill to a ridiculous amount. That's motivation. Nobody likes to be called a pussy. It's supposed to make you work hard, not make you go, I am a pussy. I quit. Because by quitting, coach was right. What's the most embarrassing thing I've done to impress a girl? Embarrassing thing. I if there is something I don't know, I'm a show off anyways. Um, Everybody needs Mr. Woodcock. That is exactly right, Ryan. Um, Dude, I don't know. I'm a show off, so if I've done something embarrassing, I don't know. But I mean, I've jumped bikes, I've climbed out of moving cars. Um, I I I can't think of anything that I was embarrassed of. I know embarrassing shit I've done in front of girls, but I wasn't trying to impress anyone. Um, I don't know. I mean, I loved when my wife would come and watch me do stand up, but that's not embarrassing. I like showing off. I've always been a show off my entire life. I That's probably why I don't get stage fright ever. I just so I can't think of anything embarrassing I've done trying to impress anyone. Mostly because I don't give a shit if you're impressed by me or anybody. Oh, sh- all my friends in the '80s saw me naked at some point or another. If I didn't have clothes on, you came to the house. Guess what? I didn't have clothes on when you came in the house. That's never bothered me. Plus, when I was growing up, pantsing people was a hilarious thing to do. It wasn't a I'm telling you're getting suspended. You just shrug it off, pull your pants up, and go on, and then you get them back. Gary, you sound just like me, dude. I promise you, I would have done the exact same thing. I can tell you the most embarrassing, well, the two most embarrassing things that ever happened. Um, the first most embarrassing thing was I blew a snot bubble in front of a girl I had been crushing on for a long time, and it was a huge snot bubble, and she saw it. She was looking right at me, and I mean a snot bubble, like pop. That was the first most I wanted to fucking die. And the second one was I had just started bouncing in a nightclub and in the '80s, and parachute pants were in style. and we always wore them really tight, not the big floppy pants like MC Hammer wore, but really skin tight, made out of parachute material. And the dancers at the club had told me to stop wearing underwear because you can see underwear line. So the first night I didn't wear underwear, I'm back shooting pool, and which was by the bathroom, and people kept walking by, women kept walking by, smiling, all that kind of shit. And when I went to go to the bathroom, I realized my fly was down. And when you're wearing super tight pants and your fly comes undone, it opens. Nobody told me that my fly was down. That was the second most embarrassing thing that ever happened. I'm not sure how embarrassing it was. I mean, it wasn't like super embarrassing. Me and my wife went out with one of my brothers and his wife, and we were at Outback Steakhouse. And he's not the funny guy, but we have a lot of laughs together. And I had just taken a drink of margarita, and he made me laugh so hard it came out my nose and went all over my steak. I still ate the steak. It was my margarita from my nose. You couldn't taste the difference. All right, I told you all embarrassing shit. Have at it. We got 24 minutes left. Or ask more questions, whichever you prefer. What you did when you finished your school, the first job you had? Okay. First off, I don't really want to tell you, but I dropped out of school. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I started out mowing yards. When we went to Germany, I worked what they called summer hire. I worked at the transportation motor pool. I didn't like that job, so I transferred to the housing department. I started bagging groceries at the commissary. I did that for all 3 years we were there. I did summer hire at the Rod and Gun Club. That was my favorite job. Still bagging groceries, and we came back to the States. I worked at a shop at it's like a little store on post. Another moderator. Wait, wait, don't block his comment. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, Gary, that's not that wasn't exactly why. Uh, I just knew I was gonna be the next big rock star. Oh, Brandy, I have that. I got the answer for that right away. No, no, no. You know, since you were in Germany, do you know what an Ausbildung? Ausbildung. Uh, I may not. Um, but Gary, I dropped out of school because I just knew I was gonna be the next big rock star and I didn't need school. So I dropped out, got my GED to get on with my life. They didn't have an advance at your own pace type school at that time. So, which is what my daughter did. My daughter got tired of the bullshit at high school. She transferred down to advance at your own pace and graduated in a couple of months. But back when I did it, I just dropped out and got my GED. And I also have an associate's degree in college for interdisciplinary studies with major focus on special needs kids. I was 5 classes away from my bachelor's degree. So I'm not stupid. Little pump. Oh, shit. Okay. Brandy, your answer, the worst job I've ever had, hands down, I did it for 5 hours and quit, was garbage man. I have mad respect for the guys that can do it, but this is back when garbage man rode on the back. Oh, okay. Ryan, when I was in Germany, if you went to a Hauptschule, which was the lower, the normal people school, you go 9 years and you spend 4 years in a trade school. So, oh, I know garbage man can make a lot of money. That's why I gave it a go. But then the Gymnasiumschule, which was for the rich kids, they did their 12 years and then got their trade for the upper class jobs. But I was a garbage man for 5 hours. That's back when you had to ride on the back like the fireman. And it rained so fucking hard that the hat that I had on, literally, it was new, started bleeding blue all over my face. I thought they were going to stop at any moment because of how hard it was raining. Those guys dug that shit. They were flicking maggots on each other and stuff. Not my thing. I could not do that. All right, Terry. We'll see y'all Thursday, man. Have a good one. Yeah, see that, Randy, that's dope, man. I tried it. I could not do it. You can call me a pussy or whatever. I couldn't do it. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I quit. 5 hours, I could not do it. Oh, oh, I know. I know there's some gruesome shit found. But yeah, that was the worst job I ever had. I couldn't do that. Uh, I can't think of a job I had that I hated any more than that. I enjoyed concrete work, which was really hard back then. Uh, Roofing, eh, I did it for most of the summer, and in Texas, that's a lot. And since I was the new guy, I had to carry all the fucking squares up on the roof, and then for him to come and call me a pussy because I didn't have them all carried up on the roof by the time he got there. And he'd tell me well, when I first started doing this and I was in the army, I could load all them shingles on my lunch break and still make it back to work. Well, that's good. You keep doing that, dipshit. Okay. Um, I won't say they were fine with it, but um, they tried to talk me out of it, but they knew they weren't going to. So they made me promise to get my GED, which I had already planned on. So I did that. Uh, and right after I got my GED, people started going, "Well, GED is not as good as a high school diploma," because everybody, all the older guys I knew that had GEDs, nobody gave a shit. All of a sudden, everybody gave a shit once I had one. But in the long run, it's never mattered. It's never kept me from getting jobs because I do actually have the GED, and then I have some college. Uh, it's more about my work experience, and I've found over time it's more who you know, anyways, to get you in the door than what you know. I've gotten jobs where I know absolutely nothing about the job, but I'm a fast learner and I'm really good at it, and I don't have to be watched. So, but no, my parents were not fine with I think they took my not believing in God harder than they did me dropping out of school. I've always been a smart kid, not bragging or ringing my own bell, but I'm very much above average intelligence. That's cool. I got a brother that's a CPA, and he does very well for himself. But yeah, I'm above average intelligence, so where there's a Bob, there's a way. I think I've done all right. Shit. uh yeah, that whole tax thing sucks ass. Especially, I mean, I know everybody pays their taxes and it sucks, no matter who you are. See, that's exactly what I'm saying, Brandy. I mean, without and we asked both of our kids to get their high school diplomas, they both did. Um, but we wanted them both to go to college, but college has not been for either one of them, and they've both done well. Both my children are doing outstanding without college. So uh, it is what it is. Uh, I think our generations, there was more emphasis was put on it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but you can make it in today without it. So, I mean, I'm going to have any regrets. I always say I believe in the butterfly effect. So if I changed anything about my life, I wouldn't be who I am or where I am today. So, That is exactly right, Ryan. My parents, like I said, they wanted me to get my high school diploma and they wanted me to go to college. They push, push, push. That way you'll have a fallback plan. And I was like, you hear how good I am on guitar? I am definitely going to be the next big rock star. And then a 2-year meth addiction later, I guess I am not going to be a rock star. Yeah. The other thing that's ridiculous about college, Ryan, is yeah. Um, the other thing that's ridiculous about college is they make you take a bunch of shit you don't need. When I was working on my teaching degree, I was told I had to take these educational classes. I had been a substitute teacher for 2 years. I started taking this class, and I kept telling the teacher, "This isn't practical in the classroom." He said, "I know, but this is what we teach." I'm like, "But none of this transfers to the classroom. This is a fucking waste of time." He said, "I know, but this is what we teach." Then I found out from someone who was about to graduate, a senior, he came into a commons area all pissed off because he had taken all of his educational classes to find out he did not need to take them. So I went straight to my advisor, who was the professor for my next class, and I asked him, "Get your teaching certificate." But $2,000 compared to $12,000 is one hell of a difference. And those $12,000 will not help you get your teaching degree or teaching certificate. It'll get your degree, but not your certificate. And after taking the first class, and I realized what a waste of time it was, I knew I did not want to do that. Whew, that was a lot. Are you talking about on a Xbox, Brandy? Oh shit, y'all are having issues. Oh no, is my shit mess up again? Because it did that one time. Am I being punished? Did YouTube actually run through my transcript? And go, he's talking shit about us. Let's mess up his live stream. I mean, I only got 13 minutes left. Am I working? Can you see me? Hope y'all didn't see that. Hope my shit don't mess up. People are dropping out. Dropping back in. Oh shit. Must be my connection. Damn it. I'm okay now. Thought you were trying to cut it short. No, I didn't do that on purpose that last time. I guess my internet's lagging now. Y'all had trouble earlier, and I guess I'm having it. No, I would never do that to y'all. I've been having a really good time. I can't believe we only got 12 minutes left. Yeah, they're probably mad because I think they know they're going to sell Tuesday. Says I didn't get them caught this last Tuesday. They're definitely going this Tuesday. So they will be gone. They watch me really close too. Ninja chickens. That'd be cool. We don't have any chickens. Neighbors has chickens. What time is it in Texas? It is 3:49 in the afternoon. So we're what, like 8 hours behind you? Is it like 11 something there? Oh wait, that was Ryan. You're in the States, right? It's 3:49 here. 11 in Germany. Yeah. See? I try to remember everybody's time zone. Try. 10:50 in South Africa. Oh, so South Africa is 7 hours ahead. Germany's 8 hours ahead. Did I ever see Chop Saki Kung Fu? No, I have not. I don't think. That does not sound familiar. Oh, it's 9:50 in the UK? So y'all are only 6 hours ahead. Okay, so 6 hours in the UK, 7 hours in South Africa, and 8 hours in Germany. Wow. Super cool name for a new. Yeah, we're international. That's all good. I'm fine with that. That actually is cooler to me. I enjoyed, like, whenever anybody from, like, Japan or Russia or any other country, they leave comments, I purposely make sure I try to respond to everybody, but I'll use my online translator and make sure I respond to them. I just think that is the coolest shit ever that people from all over the world will try to communicate with me. Okay, uh, new film superhero. Well, there's already a water, there's already a super, Flash. I would say, and we even have just a regular guy because Batman is basically just a regular guy, just super rich, but regular guy. Not to rip off Dave Chappelle's idea, but I've always liked his fictional character that he played when he was a kid called Trick Whitey Man. I think that one's kind of cool. Uh, superhero, a cool name. Dan, that's something I actually have to think about, Gary. My favorite superhero and why? I actually have to say, and don't pick. I'm not picking. Well, I will pick. I think I liked Heath Ledger. Well, no, not that one. Shit, I like Val Kilmer's Batman. I like Batman because he's a regular guy and he has to make decisions and that inner battle with himself to do what's right. Um, so he's not perfect. He doesn't have unrealistic powers. I mean, he does to a degree, but it's not like Superman. He don't have X-ray vision. He can't fly. He's not the Flash. He can't run super fast. So, uh, so I think I have to pick Batman as far as a superhero, and that's why because he's a human being and he still has to struggle with what's right and what's wrong, or doing what's right and what's wrong. I have not forgot your question, Gary. I'm trying to think of a cool name. An anti-hero. Oh, Ticket Puncher. Did I read any books? I read books. I don't read as much as I used to, but I used to read. Um, I read a lot of history books, autobiographies, biographies, and westerns. I have specific westerns that I enjoy. Um, some that I really enjoyed. I got mad when the guy died, and they started using ghostwriters, and the ghostwriters changed the name of major characters, even though they kept the relationships. They didn't replace the character. It's the exact same character. We'll say in the original book, his name was John, and all of a sudden they're calling him Dave. So I actually wrote the book people and said, "Hey, y'all are fucking up." They didn't care. Oh yeah, isn't that ironic? The book that's supposed to save you shit costs you your left nut. Uh, but yeah, I read, like, I've shown once before. This is the book I'm currently reading for historical. This is the book I'm currently reading. That's why it's here on my desk. I don't support that. I don't support that life, but I've always been fascinated by it. I started studying it when we lived in Germany, so that's the book I'm currently reading. Shit, we're almost out of time. Brandy's a war buff too? Huh. Yeah, I tore through. Ryan, somebody asked, I have not watched any yet. Usually when I watch TV, it's with my granddaughter, so she doesn't need to see that, but I have not watched any of it yet. The last thing I watched on him was some tapes of interviews. Everybody's been saying that new Jeffrey Dahmer stuff is cool. Well, not cool, interesting or good. Shit, we've only got 3.5 minutes left. This has been outstanding. This turned out way better than I was expecting because I didn't know who was going to show up on a Saturday. It's called Cooking with Friends. But I really appreciate y'all taking the time to come here and hang out. This has been great. The conversations, as always. I mean, our Thursdays are building up so well. Like I said, I didn't know if anybody's going to actually show up today or not, but I've enjoyed the shit out of this. I mean, time has flown by. It doesn't even seem like we've been doing this for 2 hours now, or almost 2 hours. But yeah, I'm thrilled that y'all come here. We have great conversations. So I enjoy the shit out of that. Y'all ask good questions. I haven't forgot Gary. As soon as I come up with a name, I'll message it to you, and I'll get the pictures to send you. I'm sure they are, but I work on Saturdays. Well, I don't know. I pulled the same amount of people I pulled on Thursdays. And matter of fact, most of the people that are on my Thursday stream came here today. But I can't do Saturdays because, well, I guess unless I'm off. But I work Saturday through Monday at one job, and that's from 3 in the morning till whenever we get off. Well, I get up at 3 in the morning. I go to work. I have to be at work at 5, and whenever we get off. So I don't have time to do it on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Thursday is my only open day for doing it. That makes total sense, Brandy. But I guess if I'm off again sometime, I'll let y'all know in advance and we can do it again. But for now, Thursdays just has to be the day. I had the radio show on Tuesdays. This Tuesday will be our first episode. Hey, that'd be great, dude. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Your artwork is fantastic. And again, I know you said I didn't have to apologize, but I felt like a big turd right after I uploaded that video and released it. I went, "Oh shit!" But it was too good. Hey, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Those of you that tune in the radio show, I'll see you on the radio show. Or if it's next Thursday, I will see you Thursday. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Be safe, y'all, because we are living in some crazy ass times. Peace.